Okay, I've opened that index match Excel file only. Now, coming to index and match, it is definitely a better alternative compared to our VLOOKUP. Because VLOOKUP, yes, I have got the constraint like your what to say, the lookup value has to be available in the leftmost column, and then your the search direction is actually from left to right. That is, the value that I want to return back should be available to the right of my search value. So all those constraints, these two constraints, yes, I told you we can overcome two ways. One I showed you yesterday was using a XLOOKUP, wherein you are not mentioning a column number from where you're going to return the data. Rather, you are mentioning the array from where you are really returning. In fact, with XLOOKUP, like before I go to, if I talk about the XLOOKUP, with VLOOKUP, you have that flower brackets where you can mention more than one column separated by commas, right? From where you can retrieve data at one go, more than one. XLOOKUP also gives that same option, okay? And just that, say, for example, this financials is there, and we have got 4 of them, right? So if I come here, movie, I've got financial, yes. Yes, I've got the budget over here. Now I can use that XLOOKUP. Lookup value, I know very well, is nothing but my 101 here. Then I'll open FX for you all to understand easier. Lookup value. Where should I look up for that 101? I'll go to financials in the movie ID column of my financials table. That's your lookup array, not table, but lookup array. Return array. I'll go to the financials again. What am I wanting to return? I can return not one array. I can do that multiple of them. One shot I can try. Okay, your budget to currency. This is the way it's going to be shown up. Okay, you will have, say, something like a range from B2 to E41. That would have been if it's have been a range of cells. In your table-wise table references, this is how it's going to look like. And if not found, I can definitely say movie ID not found. Then match mode, I'm going to go for exact only. I don't want something more than this, lesser than this, or maybe a wildcard entry. None of those I want. So directly for my 0 only. It's a table, so it won't help me off. That's the only reason. That's why it's telling me spill error, spill range in table. That's a problematic. I've told you earlier also. What can I do? Even if I do a double click, it's not going to help us out. Maybe if I have to drag it, okay, maybe it's going to tell me this, but it's not a 2-1. This ID is actually found. What I can do is I can delete whole of it, or wait, just a moment. I'll just copy this formula outside the table. It's very much possible. 1 minute, give me a sec. Copy. Outside the table, not adjacent to this. Is the last one, the table, last column. I'm not going for that O, next one, adjacent only. If I put it here, wait. Outside the table has to be something more than this. Wait. I thought so. I thought so. My instinct also told me that same thing. Wait, give me a moment. When you are outside the table, I cannot mention it directly as @movie ID. I would have to mention it with the table name. I don't have to specifically write that out manually. I can just come here, click on here, see the table name, and then the @movie ID comes. Now I've got the value. Just a moment. So outs and just before also I've told you within a table spill is option is not there. So XLOOKUP, yes, I can make it to return more than one value, unlike my VLOOKUP. And yes, how to do it, I've shown you now. And I had done it outside the table. It's all working fine. Okay, lots of VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP and all I've told. Let me actually jump into the main war area, which is our index match. Okay. Any questions on that XLOOKUP which you saw? Can I move on to index match? All good? You're hearing me? I take it as of now, yes. At least you're able to hear me. Let me know that. I'm audible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good enough. Now, index match. Both are two different functions which you can use in combination to really helpful. It is going to be very much helpful to us. Index you're seeing here. Index is I'm going to mention or I'll say that it's going to return the value available at the intersection of a row and column number from a table array. Say for example, this is my table. Okay, this is actually in proper sense, it's a table. In this table, I am going to mention a specific row number and a specific column number. Whatever value is available in that row and column number, that it will be a single value, that intersection of my row and column number, I will get returned that value. Index is, what is it that? Index, I given the specification, like I mentioned, that's a certain table I'm going to mention. And in that table, a row and column number I'm going to mention. And the value available at the intersection of my row and column is what I'm going to get returned back. Okay, equal to index. See here, returns a value or reference of the cell at the intersection of a particular row and column in a given range. Okay. And one more thing you will be asked now. Just see here. There are two modes of defining. Okay. First one you're seeing, it's an array mode. Another one is a reference mode. I will be mentioning both the modes. Don't worry. Array is the common one, which is widely used. Reference is a rare one. It is been reserved for some specific cases. Okay. We'll go for the first one. See here, it really tells me, please select one of them. I'm going to go for the array. I am going to mention the table array or normal range of cells. In either ways, my input data can be there without headers. Okay, I mentioned as in A2 to B9, which is nothing but my table name. From here, say I want to Okay, just a moment, someone at the door, very sorry. Okay, so first I have mentioned the array or the table where from where, I mean, basically where my data is available that I want to get returned back. It's very much available. Now say I want to return the value Tamil. Okay. Now, which is at row 4. Okay. Had we considered our headers also, I would say Tamil is at the 5th row. But I haven't considered the headers. I have just mentioned A2 to B9 without headers. There is a reason why I am saying that we are going to mention, we have mentioned without headers, only the data part. Now, according to that, first row is Hindi, second row is Telugu, third is Kannada, fourth is your Tamil. What about the column? It's available in the second column. So in this array, I'm going to mention the row number as 4 and column number as 2. I get returned back Tamil. But yes, I have to know what is the row number. Like if I have some specific value in mind, I should know the row number and column number. Only then I can return back that value. I'll repeat it once again. Listen to it calmly. Array format only I have mentioned. First one, 3 arguments. Array, that is where my data is actually available. In the sense that when I'm saying data is available means from that range of cells or a table array, I am going to return or retrieve some data. So I am referring to that input source. Okay, that's the first argument. Second is from that table array, from which row and column number I want to return back the data. So here I am trying to return from 4th row and 2nd column. Returns a value or reference. The value is this array mode. Reference of the cell is that second mode, which we selected the array. The second one I told them it's been reserved for some special type of data sets. We'll look on it at the end of it now. So that reference of the cell is that second one. But as of now, here you're just returning the value at the intersection of particular row and column in the given range. And even the array says it's a range of cells or a array constant, whatever it is. I get back Tamil. Say instead of column 2, I mention as column 1, I will return back value language ID 4. It's all the basic calculation like whatever row and column number you are mentioning in a specific table array, the value available at the intersection of a row and column, that is going to be returned back. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, next function that you are going to learn, we are not done yet, don't worry. I'll come back to your index again. I'm going to learn about match. Match is very much similar to VLOOKUP. Okay, very much similar. But it doesn't have 4 arguments, just 3 only. Okay, here see returns the relative position. Okay, here I seeing 4, 3 na. Let me come here fx. returns the relative position of an item in an array that matches the specified value in a specified order. Okay, what does it mean? Here, I am going to give a value that I'm trying to search in a table or that I'm trying to search in an array. The position of that value in that array is what I'm going to be returning back. When I'm saying position means I will be returned back either the row or column. This is my lookup value, B5, which has got Tamil. I know that it's available in fourth row. That value for row number 4 is what I'm going to return now. I mean, that's what I'm going to get as result now. B5, where is it available or where should I look for it? In B2 to B9. That's why it says here languages from the table. This is the column name. Match type. Here I've got 3 values, 0, 1 and -1. 0 is exact match. -1 is greater than that value. 1, positive 1 is lesser than that value. I want an exact match. What I get returned? 4. 4 is nothing but the row number for Tamil. Can you, small difference between your index and match, what is the difference? Okay, here I'll just change it back to 2 so that things are easier for you to understand. In index, I am going to mention the row and column number from a table. Whatever value is available at the row, at the intersection of row and column number, that value is what we are going to get returned back. But what about match? I given a specific value. I'm saying, say, this is the value that I am really searching. You tell me what is the location of that value. When I say location means it will return either a row or a column. I've just shown you row, I'll show column now. Why I'm saying either row or column means match is also following the same traditional Excel formulas which will return me only one value. So either it will return me my row number or it can return me my column number. As of now, I have returned back my row number. Now I know, okay, Tamil is available in the fourth row. What about the column number? I know it's your second column. I have to write it in another match function I need to write. But what I'm going to mention is a bit different. Now lookup value is none of these. Lookup value is actually the column header. We are wanting to find out what my row or column number for Tamil, right? I can very well see here that Tamil is available in the second column. That means name column, Tamil is available. I am going to search for name. Where? See, it says me languages from the table languages, hash headers. Hash headers means it will return me A1 and B1. Basically, the header row is what that hash header will return us, the table references. Okay. And the table references or the header row, we are just wanting to find out my position of name in this header row using match. So my lookup value is name. Where I'm going to search for it? In my header row. That's why again it says as hash headers, comma, I want to go for exact match. Did you see here? 1 is less than, -1 is greater than, and 0 is exact. I'll go for 0, close. I am getting the column number as 2. If, for example, I want to return column number 1. In that case, instead of name, I will search for language ID. Now, how is it returning 1 or 2? I'll show that example, don't worry. How is it returning 1 or 2, or even for that matter, how it is returning the row number? It is like, it is treating, what it is doing is, here I told I am searching for Tamil. Okay, Tamil is one of the value in this column or array of values. I can either, because the argument name itself is lookup array. Array is what? Bunch of or set of values. I am trying to find out the position of the lookup value in the lookup array. Okay. I am saying match returns either row or column, any one at a time. When I want to return the row number, I'm supposed to the lookup value and the lookup array, both of them should be from my data. That was the reason I didn't choose my headers while mentioning this. I didn't do that. But when I want to find out the column number, I am dealing only with the header row. This header row is also an array. Even there also, the what we are doing, our lookup value is a column header. We are trying to search the position of the column header in that header array. Name is appearing in the second position. Language ID is appearing in the first position. So if I want to return back column number 1, what is the difference I should put here? Instead of name, it should be language ID. Simple. It will be language ID. But then have I completed all of it? This is there? No. See here, for headers, hash headers, one set of opening, closing square brackets. For language ID, one more. This will complete it. Yeah. Now see, it's all in blue. I return back 1. How I return back 1? Because language ID is appearing at the first position in this header row. So I can use match function to return back either the row number of a specific lookup value, or I can return the column number of that same specific value. Only difference is when I want to return the row number, I am giving the I'm providing the match function arguments from the data. But when I'm trying to return back the column number, I am giving the input or the arguments for my match function as my headers, header area, the header column header, the header array. That's what I'm mentioning. That's the basic difference. Are you able to understand? I'll give you a minute, try to digest and let me know. Are you able to understand or not? I don't expect you to understand everything at the first time. We all are learning for the first time. You will get to it slowly and steadily, but the preliminary stage is okay. In index, if you can see here, I've written something onto the right hand side. In case of index, the input is row number and column number. Output is the value available at the intersection of these two. But in case of match, I'm actually giving the value as input and I return back the row number or the column number. Not any one at a time, not both. While the match function, while you want to return the row number, work upon the data without headers. For returning the column number, work upon the headers only. Are you able to understand or not? Okay. Now I have shown you index separately, match separately. I should be combining the two. That's the best way. Why I'm saying I should be combining the two is, for index, there are two manual entries. I mentioned the row number as 4 and column number as 2. Okay, this has been a very small data set, just some within 10 records is what my data set is all about. But in real time, I'm not going to get such a small data set. Definitely, it's going to be in thousands. At that time, I cannot be really looking out for what is that exact row number or column number. That's going to really take up 3/4 of my time. It's not a good way of doing it. But a better way of handling this row number and column number is, I have already shown you how to return the row number using a match. I have written another match function. There is a second match function, how to return a column number. So instead of these two values, I am going to incorporate the match functions. Okay. It's something like I'm just going to replace my manual entry with a function. That function is going to calculate the row number and column number for me. It will reduce my manual effort. Why I'm saying manual effort is, it may happen that new rows can be introduced. Maybe some updation can happen. If the row number, column number, the ordering is just being changed in future, means I don't have to manually go to my formulas or functions to change my arguments. I don't need to do that. Best would be if I incorporate my manual entries with functions that calculate the row number and column number, means that is what being more preferred. Everyone wants that only. If there are some changes, means there should be a way to handle them. Why should I always, if there is some new rows, maybe new columns, maybe some intermediate in between, somebody has added some new columns, means I shouldn't go back to my columns or for the formulas to check is it all okay or not. I should be prepared, or my functions should be written in such a manner that it will very much handle the new entries. Okay. Now let me incorporate the two together. Okay. First I'll go for the row number part. I incorporate a match lookup value. Now lookup value I told, for row number I have to deal with the values, that is your data part, without my headers. Okay, I'll go back to my Tamil. B5, comma, lookup value array is this whole of the name, and I want an exact match. This match is going to return me the row number for Tamil. Okay, what about my, it still says Tamil, see. Just that instead of 4, I have incorporated a match function. That's it, I've done. No other change. Okay, what about the column number 2? I'll write a match function one more time. Okay, here I want to return the column number for Tamil, means I have to deal with the header part. So name, I'm going to search for name in the header row, and 0, that is your exact match. I'm supposed to put one more bracket, closing bracket, because you have a opening and closing bracket for the first match. Same way for the second match also, you have a set of opening and closing brackets. But what about that outer one, which is index? If you don't give that, it will tell you that you are left out with something. Syntax error kind of a thing written. So here there is no manual entry. I didn't do that. Instead of that manual entry, I have just incorporated my match functions that will do the job for me. Now I did that at one stroke. Fine. But for your level, as you people are just starting to know what's an index and match, If you start writing it at one go at the initial level only, definitely you're going to make, you will get some syntax errors. You will be very much confused as to what I'm supposed to write. I will suggest you write index a normal way, like your table array, your row number and column number, like 4 and 2. Write it down. Then go to another cell, use a match function to return the row number. Write another match function to return the column number. After all three, you have split that main formula, main one, to three different parts, like one index, two matches. After you are done with all the three, no syntax error, you are returning the value all perfectly means. Now come to the index function, and instead of that row number and column number, whatever functions, the match functions that you have written, just copy paste it over here. Only after you are getting, after some 2 to 3 iterations, slowly you will, after trying out the examples on your own, you are going to understand to how to write it at one go. I don't expect you to write it at one go now itself. For you also, at a beginner level, to in fact first understand how every other thing is working, split it up into three different parts. Write out the first, write that index function. Then write your match function, one for your row, one for your column. Now go back to the index. Instead of that manual entry, incorporate your match functions. Job done. Is that clear? All okay? You want me to repeat anything? Here you are dealing with a single table. It is not possible that you deal with a single table all the time. Definitely, just like VLOOKUP, we are going to use two tables to merge in the details. So here we are going to merge in the movies and languages. You've got a language ID here also, and here also. We're going to just do that merging now. Shall I start? Are you there with me? I am going to write index and match together. Okay, see to it, but again saying, break it up into smaller parts, then join them. Okay. Index, obviously the array format only I will pick up. Okay. Where is the value, that is where is language name, because language name is what I want to return back, or I want to add it to this movies sheet. I want to add, where is language name actually available?
Languages table.
Without headers. Here I'm going to incorporate a match. I'll come here. Okay, my lookup value here, its first one is your row number. Row number, I've told you, we are supposed to deal with the data without headers. But then we are dealing with two different tables. Okay, my lookup value is this one. What happened? Okay, no worries, I'll write it one more time. My lookup value is language ID in my movie sheet. Okay. Okay. My lookup array. Where should I search for it? I should go to the languages table and just mention that array. That is the whole of my language ID column. And 0. I say, okay, we are not done. That's the reason, like something is missing out. One parameter is missing out there. That's the reason it's telling me. But open parenthesis, not even parameter. Okay. Not that. Anyway, I want to introduce one more match for the column number. I told you column number means I have to deal with the column headers. I want to return language name, right? I'll come here, name, comma, all of this. Yeah. See, first is my table array, that languages only I mentioned. Well, as in language name is available in that languages table. Then comes the match function for our row number, wherein row number match means we are going to deal with the data without header part. So here the lookup, we are really now trying to merge two different tables. Of course, I won't say different, two tables which has this language ID as a common column. So here the lookup value will be this language ID, that's number 3 in the movie sheet. And I will go and look for it in my language ID array, which is this one. This one. Okay, and exact match, that is 0. Next, coming for my row number part. This, what does it, 1 minute? Maybe if you want, I can see here. What for the row number, what is for that language ID 3 is number 3 only. Number 3. That's my row number. But what about the column number? Column number, don't tell me that I have to return back language ID. No. I am trying to retrieve my language name for that concerned language ID. So I have to find the column number for the language name. Everything, the case is, I am trying to return back language name. So that's my notion. Na? I have to move towards that only. So I am here, the case is, it's your language name here and it's your just name here. See, the thing over here is, if at all I had tried to find out this header in that header array, means I wouldn't have got a proper answer. You may try it also. I'll come to this match function. Um, if I try this now, see, I'm not getting any answer. Because this language name is not there. That header is not there. Okay, got it? Why I didn't do that? It's from movies headers. That's the reason I didn't get it. The name is not matching. Okay. The reason is that only. Array, yeah. So I'll delete this. I will go for this name in that header, then number 2. So column number 2 automatically is giving me. So now thing is, best part about our index matches combination is we don't have to worry about where my column is, whether it's on the left hand side of my lookup value, right hand side of my lookup value. Maybe in future that reordering of the columns are being done. I don't have to worry at all. Only one thing I am supposed to check is, has the column header name, that headers, the name, has it changed? The column name, has it changed or not? If it has changed, then I have to do the changes in my index match function. Or else, if there is no change, means I don't have to worry about it at all. Now here, if I just come and put it as name instead of that language name, I will never, it doesn't matter whether I am looking out for this header or I go to that languages table and look out for that header. No problem at all. The column headers should match both places. Okay? I can just double click. I'm going to get that entire value. Shall we see more examples? Array. Nothing but my financials without headers. I am going to match function. Okay, lookup value. What's the common column here? Is it movie ID? It is movie ID.
Yes, ma'am.
Where should I look for it? I should go to the financials and I should look for it in the movie ID column of my financial table. Obviously 0, exact match. 101 is available in the first row. Now second match function. Now lookup value is what? I have just copy pasted that row headers. Sorry, or column headers. So don't worry. You can either I can put the select this or that. No issues. Here, zero, one more. See, first time the row number was 1. What about the second match? It is column number 2. It is in the second column. And for 101, the budget is 1 only, 1 billion INR. I can just double click, I get the whole of it. And this is actually not available. That's why we are getting that NA. Yes, instead of that NA, directly displaying it as NA, I can put that if NA function. I can combine it and then just handle it instead of just bluntly saying that other one. Clear? Shall I move on?
Ma'am, can you please repeat it one more time, ma'am?
Which part, ma?
The match part.
Which match? First match or second match?
Second match, ma'am.
Okay, second match. You are thinking that I used this one over here. That's why you're getting confused.
Yes, ma'am.
Huh.
And also, why is comma? Okay, financial headers. Okay, there are two like headers, no, ma'am. That's why I'm also a little confused.
Two headers. This is C. 1 minute, ma. If I say movies is my table, na. I open my square
Yes,
bracket and I just say hash headers. I'm going to get the whole header row, ma. In this header row,
ma'am.
I want a specific value. If I just say comma budget, it will just refer to that only budget only it will refer to. This is where the table references that knowledge comes into picture. If I just say movies, that is my table, open our square bracket, this row, current row, these are the individual columns. These two combinations is going to give us the reference, their cell reference. Say at the rate, and I just say movie ID. I close. I'll get 101. If I drag it, instead of saying it as A2, I am mentioning it as at the rate movie ID. At the rate is the row part and movie ID, that column name is the column part. Instead of mentioning as column A, I am putting it as movie ID, the name of the column I'm giving. Okay, now here again I come here movies. I open my square brackets. After all of this, say only movie ID, if I just column name I'm mentioning means it will give me that entire column equal to movies, open. So if I give at the rate only means what should it give me? If I'm not going to mention anything, it gives that whole entire row, whatever is available in that, whichever row I am currently in, full row of that table is going to be returned back. Equal to movies, square bracket. If you scroll down, you have these hash options. If I say all, it will return headers and values both. If we say hash data, only data without headers. If I want to refer only to the header part, see here, returns the column headers for the table or specified column names. When they say specified column names, it means either I can return the whole header array or I can return a specific table, specific column from that table, or from, I will say specific column from that headers. So if I just mention it like this, means that entire thing I'm getting, na? How will I refer to a specific value from this header array, header array? Put a comma, open your bracket, mention any of them which you want to return. Say you want to refer to revenue. You can do that. Of course, it's not giving you the suggestion here because I'm typing it manually. But when you are selecting it from that, if you are just selecting the exact value, na, it will automatically give you. That's the magic of our table references. It's not, you just should have a knowledge of it, not that you're going to write it manually. I'll come here, I'll show you again, ma. See here. If you want, I can repeat this whole thing again. If you want, I can do that. First one is table. Next is I'm going to mention the match. Match for a row number. Row number, okay, I have to match what? 1 minute. Everything gone. See, I need not type it. I can just come here. I am just to do the selection. Rest of it is taken care by Excel itself. But what I am selecting it right or wrong, or if something is being mentioned, means what is it referring to? I should have that understanding. I should have that knowledge. Okay, I'll go in for my match, first match function. That's it, ma. Even in, while I was talking about table references in the initial days of our class, for course, I told the same thing if you all remember. Okay, here I should look for, what is my first lookup value? It's nothing but my, this one. We are in that same table. That's why just you will see at the rate, nothing else. Why it is giving us this? Check. See, when I'm selecting this, what it is showing me from that header array movie ID. Okay, that header array is belonging to the movies table. Anyway, that is not the one that I'm supposed to do it. When you are within the table, you don't have to mention the table. But when you're outside the table, definitely you're supposed to mention the table name. Otherwise, it won't understand. Just like for a sheet name, when I'm toggling between two sheets, I'm going to mention the, you have this A2 cell in every other sheet. But how will I communicate to Excel that this A2 sheet is belonging, this A2 cell is belonging to which sheet? For that purpose, when we select that specific cell from a particular sheet, Excel comes up with the formula like sheet name, exclamation mark, and that then the cell reference. In terms of table, it doesn't have to worry about the sheet name. It just have to, you are supposed to mention the table name. When you are within the table name is not a big deal because it knows where we are referring within the table. But when you're outside, you're supposed to mention the table name. Okay, here movie ID, then where is it that you're going to look out for? In this one, see again here, we are in A1. This is not the correct one, but then from financials table, from the header row of the financials table, it is referring to the movie ID cell or that particular header value or column header, whatever you want to say. We are just going to select, nothing more we are going to do, but we should understand what are we selecting. We can't just go and, okay, I might select the correct things, but how can I make sure that am I doing the correct thing or not? I should have an understanding of the table reference and then go ahead. I will suggest you, for all of you who are finding it difficult to understand the table references, go to the recording video for the table references, see to it, and then come back here. If not, you don't want to see the video, you can try just typing equal to table name and then see what all options, like equal to table name and then open your square brackets. You are going to see all the options. Pick up from them, okay? Of course, why I'm saying I suggested two options. Video was, if you're having an older version, these table references might not work separately. It might not work. But table references definitely will work when you're within the function. It will definitely work. Okay, but then if you're some 2021 or more, a later version, don't have to worry. You can just see it. Better option, go to the recording. Don't think so much. Okay, here for the column number retrieval using the second match, I can use this budget. Here B1 is there now. I can use this column header to locate where is it in this header array, or I can go to the movies and there also one more budget is there. I told I can use either of them. Reason was column name is the same. Maybe one was a budget and one there was maybe some @ budget or maybe some underscore budget. At the time that mismatch will be there, then it creates a problem. For that only I told come through the table from where we are retrieving the value. But since you have understood that you are in that step already, I gave you one more step as to you can choose this header name from anywhere. Of course, the lookup array or the header array is going to be this only, because we are trying to find out the column name budget in this header array. I need to know the position, which is number 2. I need to get back that. This doesn't matter. Either I choose B1 from here or from the movie sheet or movies table. No matter at all. Both of them are the same. Okay, my lookup value here is B1, right? So I just select this. What it has? I'm just selecting B1. Had it been a normal range of cells, it will display me as B1 only. But here, what is it telling me? It's telling me from the table's financial, the header array, from the header array of my financials table, I am referring to the value budget. Where am I going to search? In this header array. That's why that whole of header array. 0, close, one more close. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, one last thing. I'm going to drag it. Since you have told me you have understood how to fix up the table part, the absolute referencing part, you are going to, hopefully I don't have to mention it again. Just see what are the differences that we are seeing over here. See, table name won't change. Had this been a normal range of cells, this I would have to fix using the absolute referencing. Here I don't need to do because it's a table name. Table name won't change. Cell references, they change. But for the match, see two match functions. Before going to the first match function for the row, go to the second one. Okay, it's an easier one. See here. This time for the first for budget, it is looking like it is fine. It is looking for budget in that header row. But when I'm coming to the second one, which I want to return the revenue, automatically it is searching for revenue in the header row. So here that match function for my column, I don't need to do any change. Automatically it is pointing to the next header value in that header array. Okay. Second match function doesn't need fixing. Same way the index first one, the table array, that also doesn't need fixing because it's just a table name. What needs fixing is this over here. We were searching for movie ID in my financials movie ID column. But when I am going for the second one, now it is searching for movie title, which is that KGF2. KGF2 is not available in the like my what to say, that budget one. It's not there. So I need to fix up my first match, which is returning as the row number. What am I going to do? I'm going to click between the two closing brackets, colon, open my square bracket. I'm going to mention the movie ID column one more time, and I just going to close that. So it's actually 3 pairs of opening and closing bracket. I hit enter. Okay, but one more thing is still there, which is I need to fix this up, because when I see here, I saw that it changed to budget. It shouldn't change to budget because it should refer to the movie ID only. I want to search movie ID from the movies table to the, I want to search it in the movie ID of my financials table. I can fix it up the same way, but here only one set of closing bracket is there. No problem. Colon. Open your like your square bracket. Mention movie ID column name one more time. Close it. We are not done yet. 3 pairs is very much required. It's like enclosing the whole of it. Okay, just like here, 3 pairs of opening, closing square brackets. Same way here also, opening and closing square bracket. Here I am fixing up a single cell reference, but here I am fixing up that entire column. It's like A to A. When I say A to A means that whole column A. But here it's something like A2. Okay. Now let me hit enter. I'll just go for a double click here. Things are all okay here. And I can just do a right thing. It is going to give me all good. In fact, the whole of it will give me all the answers now. Something is left out, I believe. One minute. Yeah. All 4 now we are getting. Double click or drag it. I'm going to get the answer.